Hey guys, Pat Murphy, DASHSMS, and today I want to do a quick video going over the abandoned cart campaigns because I'm getting a lot of questions. Pat, hey, how does it work? Pat, how does this work? How does that work? So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and show you how the abandoned campaigns work so you can start recovering your carts efficiently. So step one is to locate the campaigns tab in the top menu. It's the second one over. All right. And then once that loads, you'll see abandoned carts, post-purchase, order verifications, order notifications. We're going to focus on abandoned carts. So it's the very first one that loads. If you click campaigns, the very first one that loads is abandoned carts. All right. So step by step, I want you guys to configure these. But in this video, we're going to start with abandoned carts. So at the top, the widgets that we have, we can see the total amount recovered, your ROAS. All right, and then lastly, we have the amount of credits used. Then here below, we have a button that says Create Sequence. One of the most valuable features of DASHSMS is the ability to create unlimited sequences. You can create the sequences you want. You know, we give you the freedom. We don't limit you to 3 text blocks like our competitors do. You have the freedom to create your own sequences and as many as you would like. So please use this wisely, use it intelligently, but we give you the ability to at least have it if you want to use it to create more and more sequences. All right, so we're going to start with the first understanding the data that we see in this table first. So the first column is campaigns. These are just the title of the campaigns and a status that says if it's active or disabled. There is a way to enable or disable sequences in a particular abandoned cart campaign. So if you want to have sequence 1 active, but you don't want to have sequence 2 active, you can disable the sequence number 2. Then in this column, you'll see the sender name. In this case, it's shoppiness. Now, if you have multiple stores, what's great about Dash is that we allow you to have unlimited sender names. You can have as many sender names as you want. This is great for people or sellers that have multiple stores. If you run 2 or 3 stores, then you would have 2 or 3 sender names, branded sender names. And then you can see which one is associated to that actual sequence. Over here, you'll see the amount of SMS messages sent and the amount of credits consumed inside of the parentheses, right? Do remember that each credit is a text message, and every text message is 160 characters. Okay, so let's go over here. You see clicks, the number of clicks that your links get within a certain campaign, and the click-through rate that your links get in a campaign. Then we have the recovery rate, which is the amount of money you've been able to recover and what the percentage is. So let's say if I send out 100 text messages, out of the 100 text messages, I recovered 10, right? So then I have a 10% recovery rate. Hopefully that makes sense. So that's what the percentage value means, and the peso value is obvious. That's just the amount of actual money that it was able to recover. Over here on the far right, we have the time delay. So this time delay is basically the time between the abandoned cart. If your customer abandons the checkout, how many minutes or how many hours or how many days should you be setting that time delay for this sequence to trigger? Hopefully that makes sense. This is the trigger. So in this case, it says plus 8 minutes. This means that this sequence triggers 8 minutes after the customer has abandoned their cart. So that's what this is. 8 minutes after they abandoned their cart, 30 minutes after they abandoned their cart, 7 hours after, and 2 days after. Why do you need sequences? Because, well, if they don't pay attention to sequence 1, they might pay attention to sequence 2. If they don't pay attention to sequence 2, they might pay attention to sequence 3. You're just creating more opportunity to close that account, close that deal, right? Get a purchase. So that's how sequences are set up. Then we have on the far right a section here that says more actions. The more actions is pretty cool. Over here you can delete an actual sequence, get rid of it completely, or you can edit. And this is where the magic happens. So let me go ahead and click on edit so I can show you how to actually edit a campaign, right? An existing campaign. You know how to create one. You can click create sequence and add one. But let me show you how to edit an existing one, because by default, you should have 4 of my default messages in there. And I'm pretty sure you're probably a better marketer than I am. So please go in here and change those sequences up. I think I did a pretty decent job though putting a default sequence in. But as a marketer, what makes us great marketers is the fact that we can go in here and use your own brain, use your own your words to help get that customer through the door. You know your audience better than anyone else, and that's why I think you should go in here and customize your own sequences. So let's go ahead and show you what this looks like. Let's go inside of Edit Campaign, and at the very top we'll see Sequence Title. So over here you can change the sequence title. So for instance, if I want to change mine to this is an abandoned cart sequence, so I'll put first text AB01, just something that would be personal for me to remember. And if I save that, you can see that it also changes the name of the campaign. All right, so you're just changing the name of the campaign with that option there. Then we have the message. Now here's where a lot of the magic happens. Okay, so we have automatic variables. One of those variables is first name, then we have last name, then we have checkout URL, an unsubscribe link, a store name, store phone number, and amount. Now what are these variables? Okay, so this is data that our system already has, all right, on the abandoned cart. So if somebody checks out on your website, and I'm just going to go ahead and show you an example of what this would actually look like, real world, okay? We're going to go ahead and check out on a particular product and show you what happens when a person abandons cart within Shopify. Okay, so here we go. Let's say I want this product, and we're going to wait for this to load because my internet is not the fastest today. All right, here we go. Add cart and checkout. All right, so now that you've checked out, you have to put in this information, right? A customer will go to the checkout. It's a multi-step checkout, 0917. All right, guys, so here we go, and this is what the message looks like on my phone. So you can see at the very top, I have my branded sender ID, which is Shoppiness. You'll see it at the top. So the message is coming from Shoppiness, and then this is the message that you see here. So hello, first name. Since Dan is the one that abandoned checkout, that's the name of the customer. It's going to insert Dan automatically. This is Shoppiness. This is the store name, right? It matches this. And for faster checkout, we've saved the checkout. For faster processing, we've saved the checkout URL. Here is the checkout URL. It's our ready.inc shortened URL. If you click on that, it's going to open up and it's going to take the customer directly to the page they abandoned. So as you can see here is the abandoned cart information. Here it is. And now the customer, the only thing they have to do is click on the continue to payment. So real world, this is what it would look like. They're taken back there, and right away they're set to complete order and process. Done. All right, so there you go. Cha-ching. You got a new ka-ching and ready to go. So that's what the actual URL looks like. Okay, so here we go. So you also, and that's my post-purchase campaign that's triggering right now, but in the abandoned carts, you also have the information here to stop receiving messages you have the ready.inc. So if you want to unsubscribe the customer from receiving, or if a customer doesn't want to purchase and they just, instead of you wasting your credits, what you can do is just simply, they can click on that link and they're unsubscribed and they won't receive a text message from the system again. It's that simple. And then below the section for the message, you have the time interval. So again, this is 8 minutes after abandoned cart. I can set it to 8 hours or 8 days or whatever I want. We give you guys the freedom to set your own time intervals. It needs to be a whole number. Don't put any decimals in there, a whole number. But we give you the freedom to put any type of time variables you want. The other thing is, don't forget to select your branded sender name. We give you the ability to have unlimited sender names. This means that if you have multiple stores, you can have the branded sender name for all of your stores. By default, the sender name that your customers are going to receive is online shop. So if you don't buy a sender name, the text message is going to be coming from online shop. But if you buy a branded sender name, just like it is on my screen, you can see that there it is. All right, cool. So let me go ahead and save that information, and that is it. That's abandoned carts, guys. So the next video, we're going to be talking about post-purchase upsells. If you have any questions about abandoned carts, go to dashsms.ph, and in the bottom right-hand corner, there is a live chat. And if you want to see the latest updates of DashSMS inside of your application, down here in the bottom right-hand corner, we have a little little bell icon. If you click on that, you'll see the latest updates that we have for the application and deals and stuff like that. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.